Hi guys, this is jason.com and I'm here with the Huawei P8, the current flagship from Huawei. This phone was announced less than a month ago and we already have it here for an unboxing. One of the most elegant boxes we ever saw and also one of the most narrow boxes. It was announced in London on April 15 and today we're pulling out of the box. An elegant and compact box, and this is the Huawei flagship for the year 2015. As you can see, Huawei gave up the Ascend branding. It's only called Huawei P8. It has very minimal bezels, looking kind of hot actually. It has a metallic design, but more about that later. In case you're wondering, the price tag should be 499 euros for the basic version with 16 GB of storage, or 599 euros for the 64 GB storage versions. They also have different CPUs, but more about that later. So let's see what's inside the box. Yet another box in which we find the metal key that allows us to access the two SIM slots, and we also have this charger here. As far as I know, there's also quick charge in the middle, and we got a USB cable and a pair of headphones that, frankly speaking, remind me a bit of the EarPods from Apple, as you can see. Put those back. The other box most likely contains the manual, but we have a pre-release version, so no manuals here. Okay, putting it back. Once again, very elegant box. It feels like a perfume box or maybe a box for elegant ties. And this is the Huawei P8, the flagship of the year 2015 from Huawei. It measures only 6.4 millimeters in thickness, so it's quite slim. And the backside and its sides are made of aluminum. As far as I know, there's Gorilla Glass 4 protection up front. And we got an angular design. You won't see many round areas here, so pretty angular design. The bottom was compared to the iPhones a lot, and the general design reminds some people of the iPhone 5, for example, a bigger iPhone 5. Okay, so the setup has started, and our version, in case you're wondering, it's the champagne gold color. The weight is 144 grams, the display is a 5.2 incher with an IPS LCD panel and Full HD resolution. The setup has just started. We're skipping some steps, agreeing to policies, and the configuration is successful. Very fast setup, which is always a plus. Okay, so this is Emotion UI 3.1, if I'm not mistaken, applied on top of Lollipop. It's actually Android 5.0.2 with Emotion UI 3.1 that has changed its looks from 3.0. It's now flatter, in my opinion, and the icons are a bit more stylized and they're smaller. It's important to mention that this device, the Huawei P8, has inside a high silicon Kirin 930 processor. It's an octa-core CPU. The 16 GB version comes with that processor, the Kirin 930, while the 64 GB model comes with the Kirin 935. The differences are minimal, they're related more to the frequency of the CPU. The RAM quantity here, it's 3 GB, and we also have a micro SD slot on this model. If I'm not mistaken, there's also LTE connectivity, and camera-wise, we get a front 8 megapixel shooter, and at the back there's a 13 megapixel shooter with optical image stabilization and a Sony RGBW special sensor. The battery inside, well, it's a 2680 mAh unit, and this is a dual SIM unit as shown by the presence of these two slots. We got quick charging, as I said before, and it's one of the best looking boxes ever and also one of the best looking phones ever. Certainly the best looking phone that Huawei has produced. And the interface is not too shabby either. As you can see, multitasking doesn't seem to involve a carousel, but let's trigger some apps in order to judge that. So this is what multitasking is like here. Seems to involve tiles like on the HTC One M9. Anyway, I want to show you the camera because I'm very curious about the camera's looks in the brand new Emotion UI 3.1. So we got these options here, very minimalistic. People have compared the camera UI from Emotion UI 3.0 with iOS. They were right because it was very minimalistic, simple, and simply black and white. Okay, so this is the Huawei P8. It's a flagship phone with a powerful octa-core processor inside, made by Huawei itself. available in 2 versions, a brand new interface, 3 GB of RAM available, and LTE and a good camera at the back. I'm looking forward to test all of those in the next days. For now, this is the unboxing of the P8 from jsmm.com. Once again, very elegant and unusual box. That's it from us. Bye bye.